Hi, welcome back to the Elevate Collection podcast. Today, we are so excited to introduce you to former NFL wide receiver and sometimes quarterback, Kendall Hinton. Kendall, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, appreciate you guys having me.
We're so happy that you're here, like super pumped. And right before we got on, we were chit-chatting. Can you tell us this story a little bit when we were confirming positions and all that stuff?
Yeah, so I guess we touched on it a bit before, but um yeah, Jordan mentioned quarterback, a tad bit of that. And so coming into the Broncos, free agent, didn't make the team, sent home, and this was COVID year, so uh, nothing was really going on, and so this was maybe week 6 into the season, and they give me a call back. They had some injuries at receiver, and I come back to kind of jump on the practice squad. And a week later, we got a situation where every quarterback is suspended for protocol, and it was just crazy rules during the time. But um, every quarterback gets suspended on Saturday night, the day before the game. And mind you, we have a 12 o'clock game, so this is things are ramping up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. So I get a call at maybe 6 p.m. Saturday evening. Um, hey Kendall, we're gonna need you to play quarterback tomorrow. And mind you, this is my this is my second week back in Denver since being released from training camp. Um, I haven't played quarterback since my sophomore year of college, and I'm on the way home to relax, and enjoy the weekend as a practice squad player. And yeah, I get a call to play quarterback and play against the New Orleans Saints. Um, I didn't sleep the whole night and wake up and yeah, primetime TV, and I'm at quarterback, and I mean to this day it still doesn't feel real. So it's a heck of a story.
I have so many questions. It's good to hear that you had played in college. So that's good. Like you had played the position before. They weren't just like picking names out of a hat.
Hey,
There was some
for sure,
strategy
for
behind
sure.
that. But had you studied the playbook for that at all? Like, did you know how to call the calls?
No idea. And like I said, I was in training camp. This was COVID year, so a little more context. COVID year, there was no off season training. We came straight into training camp, so there was no practicing against other teams, or it was strictly you're with your team for 30 days and then the season starts. And so I was with the Denver Broncos for 30 days of training camp, and I was then home. I'm at home, chilling for about 2 months, and now they called me back, and I literally had no idea. One play, everything I knew was from training camp, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So I had no idea what routes, plays, how to call one. Um, yeah, it was pretty much just getting thrown in the fire. My couple of years of quarterback experience in college, I guess, gave them enough confidence. But yeah, it was into the deep end.
I love that. Trial by fire.
Trial by fire, indeed.
How many times are we in trial by fire, Jordan? That's what it makes me think of. Like, can you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can
Alex
do
and I
that.
we're a little delusional. I'm like, with a little audacity and a little YouTube, like we could figure anything out.
I
Anything.
100%. YouTube University, there is no doubt in my mind. There's nothing I can't figure out.
We love
So I'm
that.
right there behind you.
So, Kendall, tell us a little bit about your journey. So, you played quarterback on that one day, and then what? Then what happened next?
Yeah, so after that quarterback game, finished that season on practice squad. Um, kind of floated. I think it was maybe 7 weeks left of the season. So, got to finish on practice squad, got a lot of, reps experience, and being to be out there and learn a lot and get comfortable. So, finished that season on practice squad, and following season, I got signed to a futures deal. which is pretty much we're going to welcome you back to training camp next year, and we need you to come and try to make the team again. And so the following year, pretty much the same opportunity. You get to training camp, and this was a much better year for me preparing, and still ended up making practice squad, but maybe into week 2 or 3, I was on the field playing receiver, and so this is my second year into the league. I guess year and a half into the league. Undrafted free agent, and went from quarterback the first year to getting the opportunity to step on the field and play my position the next year. And from there on, it kind of I had spurts where maybe 8 games that first year, and then increased the following years. But yeah, it's the quarterback game was a heck of a way to get into it, and things kind of calmed down from there, and yeah, fell into the position.
Amazing. What are you up to now?
Yeah, so now I'm completely opposite end of the spectrum. I've kind of gotten into contracting, a lot of hands-on, carpentry, some framing, all that
What?
fun stuff.
So
Yeah.
working with your
YouTube
hands.
University.
YouTube University. That's on right behind you. And it's literally where I get all my all my information, all my knowledge from. And I got some framers and builders that I call in when the job's too big for me. But that's where I'm at now, and investing and trying to focus on development as well.
I want to just take like from where you're at now and then from coming out of the league. Like we know we're in the space and we have a lot of clients that we try to help navigate that time frame between, league and like post league career and like what happens next. Can you tell us a little bit about that transitionary period? Just like
Yeah.
where you were like
I,
mentally, emotionally, career wise, like where were you at?
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm still in that place. I don't think that's kind of a switch. I think it's definitely um, a thing that takes time. I don't think it ever ends for athletes. It's something that it's always a transition. But for me, it, I'd say, one of the things that did help me was that first year of training camp after being released, and going home and not knowing kind of that future, and having to realize like, hey, life is real, and you got to figure it out. And so, getting the opportunity to go back to Denver throughout those years, I always in the back of my head, I'm like, hey, this isn't going to last forever. Only 1% get to choose their retirement, and so you need to start planning for what that looks like. And so my last year, I kind of got interested in the real estate realm, um, specifically investing piece, and so that was going to be my focus. I ended up taking some injuries, and as my body stopped doing what I needed to do, I started focusing a lot more on the real estate. And so as I kind of transitioned out that last year, went straight into getting my license, um, and now I'm focused on getting my general contracting license. But yeah, the transition has been tough. I think it's tough for anybody. It's a process, but I think I've been blessed to be able to find another passion.
I love that you said that, talking about like you don't think it ever stops, like you're still in the thick of it. I have a question. We talked about like the financial component. Who was in your ear about thinking about that financial component? Was it your advisor? Was it your agent? Was it teammates? Like who was in your ear championing like, hey, like think about this, think about the investment side of things, think about like what are we going to do financially? Who was championing that conversation with you?
Yeah, no, you hit it. It's my advisor, but I think something special about that relationship is that it's we have a mutual connection, so I think the relationship is a bit closer than just transactional. But he's also a real estate investor, and so I think I was really fortunate to be able to connect with him and be exposed to some of the projects he's ran and some of the deals he's done, and what better person to learn about investing on the financial side and crunching out pro formas and getting numbers right than by the money man. So, that was, I think, where the exposure came from. And he's been, a mentor and helpful since then, but it's kind of took it from there and ran.
Was it a pretty solid thought in that transitional period that this was your next step, or was there a moment where you were like, what am I going to do next? Like, did you explore other opportunities, or like that came into your mind and you like really took a hold of it?
No, 100%. It's funny. So during the maybe my last year, I got to the point where I was getting my knee drained probably about once a week, and it's, if you ever experienced that, it's not fun at all. It's nasty, painful, and so I kind of got the idea that, hey, it's coming down to to the end, and my body is just kind of wearing down on me, and so it's real to start looking into what life after football looks like. I'm sorry, Jordan. Say your question again.
I said that once you like kind of settled on the real estate, was that like the career path for you, or did you like
Yes, yes,
explore
yes.
other opportunities?
Yeah, I had no idea what I was going to do. I studied health exercise science in college, and all through college, I was going to be an orthopedic surgeon, and maybe got into my senior year, and I said med school is not for me. It was going to be a physician assistant, and so that was the plan. All up until maybe 2023, when I found out what real estate could provide in terms of leverage and wealth building, but also just all the different avenues to it. And I don't know, it's a lot I love about it, and so I think that's the period I started transitioning and really focusing my time and energy there. But no, for a while I was like, I'm reaching out to friends and starting to put in applications for to go back to school and law school, PA school. It was all over the place, and not that that's off the table, but I think for right now, this is what I enjoy and what I want to focus on, and maybe that's down the road.
Well, we love real estate.
I could imagine.
We're big fans of real estate. Where do you live now? Like if people who are listening want to do real estate with you, where is home base for you? Are you actively selling? Are you an agent? Can you list a house? Can you sell a house? Or do you just help with kind of fix and flips?
Yeah, so both. I am an active agent in North Carolina. So I actually just did my first purchase this past month. But
Congratulations.
nah, I appreciate it. So yeah, that was cool. That was cool. It was it makes you appreciate real estate agents a lot more. Because there is
Say it again for
there's a
those in the
lot to it.
back.
There's a lot to it. But that was cool to experience to kind of see that process and go through that, and so moving forward is not as intimidating, and so now I do feel comfortable buying for a client or selling for a client. But right now the focus, or getting my license, the focus was for my investments, for my fix and flips, and any new build development projects I like to do. So kind of is I don't know, we're in a middle ground, kind of gray area, kind of figuring out what that looks like. But I think right now, with it being like a one-man band. It's the team not being huge that I really want to focus that license on, I guess, our projects and things we got in the house.
What city in North Carolina are you in?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina now.
Charlotte. Okay.
Is that
Have
home?
Yep,
you?
yep.
Oh, sorry. Is that home?
No, so home would be Durham, North Carolina,
Okay.
just right down the street. But yeah,
Lots of
Charlotte's the
opportunity
place.
in Charlotte for sure. Uh,
No
I
question.
I love to talk about this in particular, especially right now with the situation that we're in and the NIL Wild Wild West. Have you been able to use your name, image, and likeness to further your like career positioning?
Have I used my name, image, and likeness?
Like, do you use it in your? Do you think you'll use it in your real estate marketing?
I mean, I think 100%. I yeah, so I want to build my brand off of kind of that position. It's like, hey, this is an athlete that transitioned into something completely different than sports, and doing the taking pride in the transition, doing it well, and having success with it, and showing other guys that it's possible, showing other people that it's possible. Um, yeah, I think my platform offers me a lot of great opportunity that a lot of people probably don't have. Um, yeah, and the people I can reach and connect with.
I think there's a lot of unique opportunities there. Like one, you have the general population who, maybe wants to just work with a football player. And then two, you have actual sports and entertainment clients who you have lived that journey and you've lived that life with them and you can provide a level of service that you know that they're accustomed to and that they need. And you have a different understanding of their privacy needs and good investment opportunities for them and benefits that they have through programs like the NFLPA and things like that. So I think this is going to be a really incredible journey for you, and I can't wait to see how you grow this business and monetize it.
For sure, for sure.
You brought up NFLPA, Jordan, and I think that's actually something that I would love to touch on for a quick second for any of our guys that are listening. Are there any resources while you were in the league that you would encourage current players to tap into to start planning for that next chapter?
Yeah, I think the NFL has done, or the NFLPA rather, has done a much better job of offering those resources. I'd say the last thing I can remember was it was a conference that they would offer in California, and free of charge. You bring your partner, and they bring you here, and they have different industries that expose you to different things that are out there. Um, I think there could be more resources for sure, but there are some things they're doing a better job of getting guys out of the locker room, and are bringing people into the locker room to discuss these things in terms of investments and money management and life after football.
This gets me. Okay, so with that being said, are there approaches, and I don't want to obviously put you in a position where, like, if you don't want to answer it, you're totally fine. But are there approaches you wish that like clubs or the league or the NFLPA would have taken to ensure that you understood this information or knew that information was accessible or available?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Because it's there, but it's not encouraged. It's there. It's offered.
Hmm.
And so you kind of got to go do your own research, do your own due diligence, and so I mean I can't blame that they do offer it and it's there, and
Hmm.
so that puts some responsibility on the guys, and
Right.
we're all grown, but I at the same time I do think that um, like you bring kids into the league, and it's sudden wealth. It's money that never accustomed to, and you have no idea what to do with it.
Right.
And I think there could be a much better system of resources and information, education of what to do, where to put this money, and kind of some strategies, because you wouldn't imagine how many people blow that money, and most careers are 3-4 years, and so that number is not nearly as high as most people would think.
Right. Goodness, I had to just ask just because I know it's an interesting perspective to have sometimes, that we have, I should say, from the outside looking in, on how we want to show up for people and how we encourage other people to show up, and how we kind of go against the grain sometimes when it comes to the different clubs. I'm like, hey, like, get somebody in here that does this or says this or that looks like this, or different things to help ensure that the content, the message, there's some more intention behind it, if you will, right?
For
And
sure.
so we love hearing stuff like that, just because it's affirming, honestly, to know, like, hey, like, these are conversations that need to be had. And then something that's also really beautiful that you said was about, like, your advisor. Yes, you have a different relationship with your advisor, but it's beautiful to know that there are really people that are championing, your forward progress and your financial literacy, and making sure that you're secure in that. No, so off my horse. I just had to say that was so good. But I don't know. I think at this point we can probably transition a little bit into the idea of the now, the idea of the next. What do you see for yourself from here and in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think that was a perfect transition, because I think Jordan, you touched on it, like the NIL, and how kids are making these lump sum crazy amount of money, and for me, it all comes together. It's like, how can I formulate a way to um, show the kids that were are in the position I was 10 years ago, and like, hey, this opportunity is here. How can we syndicate deals for a 20-year-old who has $50,000 and no idea what to do with it? And how can we bring kids together, expose them to real estate, investments in general, and just all the opportunities out there, because you are so sheltered in athletics, so you don't get exposed to these things. And I've had talks with former teammates, and I think going to Wake Forest University is probably different than a lot of other schools, but having teammates who are in banking and in financial world, and it's a big thing, is how can we get back and create opportunities for these kids, and or if that's in real estate, if that's in private equity, whatever it might be. NIL deals are here, and so next 5 to 10 years, I still want to continue what I'm doing, and that will scale. I'm looking to do more new bills, development, and focus there. But I definitely want to find a way to um, bring my connections and platform into schools, possibly NFL locker rooms, but definitely colleges, and being able to expose student athletes to kind of what's out there after ball, and even during ball.
I think there's just such a huge opportunity for athletes to get their real estate license early on and be referral partners. I think it's a
Yeah,
completely untapped market. Like, especially if you're in this journey and you're having your come up, like, what if you get drafted and then your friends and family want to purchase homes and then you refer those out using your name, image, and likeness, and then you just collect what we call mailbox money?
kick your feet up, money.
Yeah, we love
Yeah,
some mailboxing. That's a new one, George Wilson. Get your feet up money.
Oh, yeah.
and so yeah, the referral game, y'all would have to put me on game a bit about referral game, because I'm sure I could utilize my connections more than than what I'm doing at the time.
Yeah,
We
let's
got
have
you.
we'll have a
We'll
chat
have to
about
talk
that.
about that. Yeah.
Perfect. Is there any advice for you have you have for, these high school and college students who are on a similar path that you were on?
Oh man. Yeah. I guess in terms of athletics, um, kids that are trying to pursue big dreams. Um, I would say, well, I guess I give some context. I think I've always gave 100% in everything I've done. Um, and like I said, for the first time, I had some knee issues and kind of messes with you mentally. Um, and so the last year of me playing, I was so kind of mentally out of it that I no longer was giving 100%. And days like this where I'm chilling at the house, football's over, I'm good. I still think about those moments where it's like, damn, I could have gave extra 5% here, extra 10% here, and what that would have looked like. So I guess I say that to say that whatever it is you're doing, that's on the field, off the field, um, 100%, 110%, because you don't want to regret it later. I think a great quote was "hard now, hard later." Um, you can do what's hard now, or you can regret it later, and it's even harder there. So I think that was a great message, and um, that's something I would stick with. I mean, it's a lot of great lessons along the way, but it's not enough time to drop all of those. I think that's the biggest one. Is hard now, hard later. Um, Always give your best.
You kind of have to choose your hard.
Choose your heart. Exactly.
What a great message. It's so great to hear your journey. One question that we always ask every guest that we have on our podcast is, what's one thing us or our community can do to help elevate your life and move your needle forward?
Yeah. Um, Sitting on that question a bit. Uh, I think networking. Um, I'm big on. I don't want to win alone, and um, how can we how can we bring people together with a similar ideas, similar vision, similar goals to maximize efficiency, proficiency, but to make the most. So I guess I answer your question with a question. You guys could tell me how we could work together to create better opportunities for people, or who could you guys bring to me so that I could help them, or they could help me, or I think is that I think now networking, I'm figuring out how big that is, and there's some really smart people out here that know a lot more than me, and so I think just bringing people together, whether that's introducing people to me, or vice versa, I think that would be huge. And if you feel like there's anybody that could use me as a resources, or I could use them as a resource, I think that would be a great way to scale and grow.
Well, we definitely have Charlotte on our list, so we'll have to come visit and plan one of our Elevated Spaces Connection experience to
100.
really create a networking event for you to meet all the wonderful people
That
of
would
Charlotte
be
who
amazing.
you aren't working with yet.
I've been jotting down notes and connections as we've been on this episode, so I'm excited for you.
Well, and we'll introduce you to one of our really great friends in the space too, Ty Connolly. You're going to love him. He is another real estate agent in the Charlotte area, who's working in the sports and entertainment space, and would just be a really great connection. We believe in connecting with other real estate agents. I think so many people see people in your city as the enemy, but they're not.
They're
It's
not.
it's such great. It's such a great business practice to build those relationships, because the people who do business are the people who do business, and you're going to see their name over and over again. And if you have already worked with someone and you see their name on a listing and you already have that rapport, you can call them, and that transaction is just going to be better. It's going to be smoother. They're going to be off market opportunities and investment projects. And, like, maybe this other agent in Charlotte has something coming up that nobody knows about yet, but your friend, so they text you first and you have access to opportunities. So building strong relationships, even as a real estate agent, with other realtors. And I think there's something that says, like, the vast majority of buyers come from other agents. That's the
Right.
number one lead generation source.
You
So
can be a better resource for your clients that way, and that's what people don't realize. They're so caught up in the competitive nature of business instead of being caught up in the collaborative nature that business can be. And we're grateful that we do have a phenomenal network across really the world at this point. So we're super excited about that. Kendall, we are so grateful for your time, and we will get all the juicy details after we end our episode. But y'all, you guys can connect with Kendall. We'll make sure that all of the handles where you can connect with him are going to be in the show notes. But as of now, Kendall, can you tell us on the call, where can people find you? How can they connect with you?
Yeah, so social media is going to be my full name, Kendall _ Hinton 2. There you can see my I guess football stuff and some real estate stuff that I have going on. Yeah, and I think that's where you get my most content there. It's going to be the Instagram, the social media handle.
and then if they want to work with you, do they just slide into your DMs?
Yeah, give me a shout in the DM. I mean, we can tag my email in here, but yeah, give me a shout, reach out. I love connecting with people, and so I'm always open for a new connection.
We laugh all the time because it happens here on the podcast. People are like, it really does go down in the DMs. And so now we just like laugh about it all the time.
Oh yeah. So they've
Perfect.
been dry. I could use some love.
Well, we'll send them your way.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much again, Kendall. We loved having you here at the Elevate Collection podcast.